Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello and welcome to this League One playoff semi-final first leg match between Bolton Wanderers and Bradford City. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and as I talk to you, the EFL playoffs are in full swing already. And this is a very special year for the EFL playoffs. It is their 40th anniversary, and the game is taking place at the Toughsheet Community Stadium in Bolton. The fans taking their places inside the stands, and kick-off is only a few minutes away. For Bolton, this is their third playoff attempt in the last 4 seasons. They were denied promotion to the Championship, losing in the 2024 League One playoff final. But in this season, in their first full season under Steven Schumacher, they scored 75 points in 46 games, winning 19 of them. They lost 9, equal with runners-up Cardiff City. Only the champions, Lincoln City, lost fewer than 9 matches. However, their run towards the end of the season has been rather poor. They only won one out of their last 6, and they only won one out of their last 6. But they're yet to lose against Bradford City this season. As for the Bantams themselves, they haven't been in football second tier since 2004. I forgot to mention that Bolton were last in the Championship in 2019. Towards the end of the season, they actually played against each other on the 25th of April. They drew 1-1. And so the players are now gathered inside the changing rooms, getting ready to come out onto the pitch, or should I say the tunnels, as Bradford and Bolton get ready to come onto the pitch. We'll now just go through our match officials. Martin Coy is our referee, and his assistants are Joe Simpson and Daniel Woodward. The fourth official is David Rock, with Grant Taylor, the reserve assistant. So now we'll go through the lineups, starting with Bolton, with Jack Bonham in goal, number 1. Then the back 4 of number 14, Geordie Osei Tutu, Owen Toll, number 18, Chris Farino, number 3, and George Johnston, number 6. In midfield are number 8, Josh Sheehan, and 27, Ruben Rodriguez, number 19, Amandia Amaro, Kozia Dubarry, number 21, Ethan Erhon, and number 20, Ibrahim Sissoko are the forward 3, with number 48, Mason Burstow, the lone striker. We'll be going through the lineup in more details very shortly. Bradford have Sam Walker, number 1, in goal, and the 3 defenders, Curtis Tilts, Aidan Baldwin, and Joe Wright. Then in midfield are Ibu Toure, Max Power, Jensen Metcalf, and Josh Nerfield. We'll get back to the rest of Bradford's lineup very soon. Bolton are in a 4-2-3-1 formation they had to make an enforced change after Johnny Kenny was injured. He sustained a knee injury in their last league match against Luton Town, so he is replaced with Ethan Erhon. And Stephen Schumacher said before this game that this was a huge blow, but he is confident with the likes of Kozio Debury, Sissoko and Burstow, so he's keeping positive. Bradford's lineup remains unchanged from the last match, which condemned Exeter City to relegation. The Bantams won this game 2-1, and Anthony Sarcevic, I should say, will be facing his former club. He played for Bolton in the 2021 season. So Bradford going for a 3-4-2-1 formation. Walker in goal, the back three tilt, Baldwin and right, then Toure, Power, Metcalfe and Nerfield in midfield. Sarcevic and Lapsley will be flanking Caden Jackson, the lone striker. And Stephen Schumacher, he's won 31 out of 73 as Bolton head coach. And as for Graham Alexander, he has won 3 promotions in his managerial career, so he knows how to take a side up. So the players now getting into tactical discussions over how they're going to play. Ibrahim Sissoko, he scored twice in their 3-0 EFL Trophy win against Bradford on December the 2nd. As I mentioned just now, he could, and as has been spoken about before the game, he could be one to start. Do well. Max Power is the captain of Bradford City, and we'll wait to see. We'll wait to see for a moment who will be Bolton's captain. The reason I'm saying that is because I didn't get sufficient time to note down the captain. So it'll be Bradford to kick us off. They're playing in their claret and amber colours, and Bolton wearing their white shirts and black shorts, white socks, and the black shorts and socks are of Bradford. So everyone getting ready to kick off, and it will be Metcalfe to kick off proceedings for Bradford City. The referee makes sure that everyone is in position. Bit of a delay, but we're underway at the Toughsheet Community Stadium. Bradford straight into it. The ball has been passed swiftly up the wing to right, and an early cross by Bradford, cleared away by Bolton. Bradford tried to get it back through Power, but denied by Bolton, and it looked to me as though Metcalfe might have had an attack, but the ball has been rolled out by the Bolton keeper Bonham. Actually goes back to him, and taking the ball on the near side is Owen Toll. Toll to Osei Tutu, now back towards Toll, and the ball cleared out of the penalty area by Bonham, but given away to Bradford. Now retaken by Bolton and Burstow. Bolton managed to hold on with Erhon. And the ball now being crossed forward by Bolton, but given away to Bradford and Ibu Toure. The ball being passed to Walker in goal. Now Bradford back in play. The ball now being crossed forward to the ball now being crossed forward to Jackson. Yes, it was Jackson. Bolton retake. And now motoring up with the ball are Bolton. That was Osei Tutu to Kozio Debury. Kozio Debury crosses, and it goes as far as Josh Sheehan. Sheehan to Johnston. Nice with Ibrahim Sissoko. Sissoko has to defend from Nerfield. Does well to do so, but clattered by Baldwin. Good tackle by Baldwin. Lapsley. And a foul from behind on the far side by Johnston. So it's already, we're 2 minutes in, and already it's kicked off. it's Bolton 0, Bradford 0. And Stephen Schumacher watching intently from the touchline. He looks very calm and composed, although he must be nervous. And one will have to ask whether Graham Alexander is being more animated. So the ball cleared away by Walker. Almost given away to Bolton. In fact, it has gone as far as Bonham. The ball is now back with Bolton. It's Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu to Kozu Debury, but given away to Jensen Metcalf. Metcalf up the wing to Baldwin. Baldwin now down to Curtis Tilts, and Tilts crossing the ball forward and up the wing. Is it going to go as far as Jackson? But it goes over the line, and in fact the closest player to it was Lapsley. So a throw in to Bolton. The ball now being thrown to Josh Sheehan. Sheehan. Bolton still keep hold of the ball, and that was a misdirected cross by Owen Toll. Over the line it goes for a Bradford City throw, and Graham Alexander beavering away at his notepad, making those notes. And it'll be Bradford to take the throw. That was by Baldwin, but given away to Bolton and Owen Toll. Toll to Kozier Dubury. Kozier Dubury down the wing to Boas Burstow. Ball retaken by Bradford. It's now with Anthony Sarcevic. Sarcevic still on the near side. He passes to Ibu Toure. Toure, that's Tilt, and Tilt's almost fouled, but he's able to keep going. Almost tackled by Toure, I think that was, but given away. But that was almost a giveaway to Bolton. Bradford somehow managed to hang on. So the pace seems to have settled down a bit after that burst of aggression at the start. On the ball right now for Bolton is Rodriguez. He has to pass to Osei Tutu. It's Osei Tutu under pressure, I should say, from Sarcevic, but it was deflected away. And that will be yet another, and that will be a throw-in to Bolton. 5 minutes gone. Bolton 0, Bradford 0. So, to throw the ball is Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu to Farino. Now back to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu, that was towards Sheehan. But given away to Bradford's number 4, Joe Wright. And a throw-in once again to Bolton. And that will be taken by Mason Burstow. Mason Burstow holds the ball over his head. It's ready to throw, and he throws to Kozier Dubury. Now back towards, now on the ball. That was Osei Tutu, I should say. But either way it doesn't work out for Bolton, and it's given a throw-in to Bradford. Ibu Toure to take the throw. The assistant referee wants to make sure that he's ready, and he is. Throws, but almost given away to Bolton. Bradford retake it through Max Power, but given away to the Trotters, and it ends up at the feet of Bonham. Bonham to Johnston. Johnston, that was Rodriguez. Rodriguez, given away to Sarcevic. Sarcevic has to cross up to that was number 7, Josh Nerfill. The ball now being sent towards, punched away by Bonham. Did well to keep the ball out of the Bolton penalty area. But brought down straight away was Ibu Toure. And And I'm now going to take another look. The ball was going down towards Jackson by the looks of it, but easily dealt with by Bonham, and he should be pretty pleased with that. But this game is still far from over. And now to take the free kick will be Bolton, and it will be Tilt. That will take the free kick. So Tilt crosses the ball forward towards Jackson, but kept out by Owen Toll. And Sarcevic almost got a foot to it, but the ball went out of play, deflected by Bolton, and Toure will take the throw. He throws to Power. Now back towards Toure. Power again. It goes up the wing and towards Toure. Almost sent in by Lapsley, but defended really well by Bradford. The ball now on the other side. And it looked like Rodriguez was going to make a break for it, but Bradford did really well. To defend that time. So on the ball now is Sam Walker, and Walker crosses the ball over the halfway line, and it ends up with Bolton. Nice header by Rodriguez, but given away to Bolton. Bradford, I should say. That's Metcalf. Bolton retake with Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the wing it goes to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu. Sheehan back towards Osei Tutu. Retaken by Bradford. Slip up by Bolton, and Sarcevic with the chance, but deflected away by Toll. Now it's Johnston in possession for Bolton, but the ball goes over the line on the far side, and that will be a throw-in to Bradford. How close did Anthony Sarcevic get? He did well to take advantage of the slip-up, but Chris Farino was in the right place at the right time to deflect the ball. Good use of his body there, but Bradford still hungry for it. Goes into the penalty area, but the ball just bounces away. And just having another look again from Sarcevic. It actually came off his legs by Farino. So good interception from him. Now on the ball is Cozier Dubury for Bolton. Burstow crossing up the wing to Sissoko on the far side. Although Nerfield protested that the ball was out of play, I should say, and that has been proved correct. The ball was fractionally over the line, and after 10.5 minutes, it's Bolton 0, Bradford 0. Throw in by Bradford, headed by Rodriguez. Rodriguez now being sent forward to Owen Toll. Cleared out of the goal by Bonham. It goes over the halfway line. Ends up with Bradford. Power with the header. And now it's gone to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu. Sheehan. Down the wing to Cozier Dubury. Cozier Dubury still manages to keep hold of the ball for Bolton. But rebuffed by Bradford. That was Power who managed to keep the ball away. And on the ball now for Bolton was Owen Toll, and I can confirm that Owen Toll is the Bolton captain. And on the far side is Sissoko. Sissoko to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back towards Sissoko, but a mistimed pass, and the ball has gone over the line. And I can say that in terms of aggression, it's swinging slightly towards Bradford, although Bolton aren't far behind. So Bradford take the throw. Sissoko was trying to keep the ball in play. It was almost caught by Mason Burstow, but it's gone over the line, and it will be a throw to Bolton. Bradford might have had a hand deflecting it, and this could be, this is a crucial throw for Bolton. Quite a lot of the players making their way towards the penalty area. Could this be a chance for them to get in front? The ball is thrown towards the penalty area. Burstow! And now Sissoko, kept away by number 15, Baldwin. But Bolton aren't done with this yet. Sissoko towards Toll, but kept out by Tilts. Just going to take another look at this, and it was I think a well-timed header by Tilts that kept the ball out, but it has given a corner to Bolton Wanderers, and they have scored the third most of goals from corners this season with 12. Could they make it 13? Almost by Burstow, kept away, and now going for another try is Sheehan to Sissoko on the far side. Sissoko just outside the penalty area. I'll say 2-2 towards number 6, Johnston, but Johnston blazes it over the touchline, and it's still 0-0 between the two. Very close run action inside the penalty area after that corner. Sissoko did a back pass to Cozier Dubury, and it was almost sent in by Johnston. Sissoko should have been a bit close. Should have gone a bit closer to the penalty area, in my view, and he could have easily picked up somebody like Burstow. Meantime, Cozier Dubury is down, and the referee quite rightly signals that play should be stopped. And for Amario Cozier Dubury, he's needing attention from the physios. That looked pretty bad to me. And whether he'll be able to carry on playing or not remains to be seen. He's probably only just sustained a knock. Gets a quick drink of water just to make sure he's all right. Now I'm going to see what happened. An elbow in the face by Sarcevic. No wonder that was painful. So he got a bit of a blow to it. So he got a bit of a blow to his right cheek, but he appears to be all right. Just giving it a bit of a rub, and he's having a bit of a chat with one of the physios just to ensure that he is still ready. 15 minutes gone. Bolton 0, Bradford 0. So Bradford in possession, but given away to Bolton. That was almost caught by Chris Farino, but it ended up in the arms of Bonham. So Bonham to Cozier Dubury. Cozier Dubury on. Now back at the feet of Bonham. Bonham, Farino. Now it's with Johnston. Johnston passes to Sheehan. Sheehan was signalling that he got the ball next, but he had to back pass. Kept out by Bradford. That might have been by number 6, Max Power. No, it wasn't. It was George Lapsley. Bolton throw on. Lapsley with the tackle. Bradford managed to retake the ball. And so now on the ball is Curtis Tilt. And Tilt crossing the ball up front towards Caden Jackson. But kept away by Bolton, in particular Johnston. Ball now being thrown to Bradford. That was a good good throw to Lapsley. But the ball goes over the line again. That was a deflection by Sissoko. And to take the throw will be Aidan Baldwin. Aidan Baldwin stands with the ball over his head. He throws, and it goes it goes to Josh Sheehan for Bolton. So not a good throw for Bradford, although they have been pressing more towards attack recently, as it's Power towards Caden Jackson. Given away though to Bolton. Sheehan towards Cozier Dubury, and Cozier Dubury on the near side doing well to hold off Toure. Cozier Dubury still on the near side, looking for someone to pass it to. He passes to Sheehan, and the ball goes up. And the ball goes up the wing though to Johnston. Johnston now Sissoko. Rodriguez back with Sissoko. Erhon towards Johnston, Farino, and Toll. So it's Toll for Bolton, and now down the wing to Cozier Dubury. Cozier Dubury towards Sheehan, Johnston. Up the wing it goes to Sissoko. The former Fulham man. And that was beg your pardon, the man on loan from Toulouse. I momentarily got confused between him and another player. So throw to Bradford, caught by Power. Cozier Dubury to Osei Tutu. Sheehan, he's inside the centre circle, passes up the wing to Johnston. Johnston over the halfway line. Burstow, Erhon. Sissoko tries to get through, but Josh Nerfield was having none of it. And that's given a throw in to Bolton. Rodriguez just outside the penalty area. Now in towards Sissoko. Kept out by Bradford. And play has been momentarily stopped. This could be why, as down on the ground went Joe Wright. I think he was just caught unawares by Burstow. So no foul given against Bolton. And poor Johnny Kenny on the bench. He has scored 5, the most since April the 3rd, equal with Casey Palmer of Blackpool. But what must be going through his mind, not being able to play. Burstow for Bolton. It's Erhon, still with the ball. He passes right away to Rodriguez. Down the wing it goes to Osei Tutu. And now being passed to Cozier Dubury on the far side. He crosses into the penalty area. Sissoko. Now it's with Rodriguez. Rodriguez passes again to Cozier Dubury. Cozier Dubury, can he find an opening? He can't. It's Cozier. It was briefly with Osei Tutu. Being passed back to Toll. Now it's with Josh Sheehan. Up the wing goes the ball to Johnston. Sissoko. He's now on the far side. Pushed down by, I believe it was Nerfield. I'll have to take another look at this. And my guess was correct. Nerfield just elbowed him in the back by the looks of it. And after 21 minutes, it's still Bolton 0, Bradford 0. So Bolton appear to have got a second wind out of this. And it looks like they are now starting to close in on goals. So they've caught up in terms of possession. And in fact, they're now in front, 77% compared to Bradford's 23%. Now, still on the ball on the far side is Bolton. It's Cozier Dubury. Cozier Dubury up the wing to Toll. Now it's with Johnston. Johnston on the right-hand side. The ball goes back over the halfway line. Farino to Toll. And a Toll passes down the wing towards Osei Tutu on the other side. It's Osei Tutu to Ricardo to Rodriguez. But Rodriguez was fouled from behind by Max Power. And it's given a throw in to Bolton. Osei Tutu with the throw. He throws to Toll. Toll now to Chris Farino. Johnston. Ball back over the halfway line with Farino once again. Ball now being crossed forward to Osei Tutu. It's Osei Tutu, but intercepted by Bradford. It looks as though Osei Tutu was going to make an attack. Throw in to Bolton. Excuse me, to be taken by Sheehan. Sheehan to Cozy Ojibari. Cozy Ojibari goes over the halfway line to Farino. Farino, Johnston. Johnston back to Farino. Now it's with Toll. Toll needs to get the ball over the halfway line. He does. Crossing up the wing to Sissoko. Sissoko trying to get around Nerfil. It's now with Erhan. Erhan, Burstow! But missed. And that could have been the first goal that Bolton needed. Good delivery towards Sissoko. And it was Burstow who ended up with the final touch. It was a good assist by Erhan. But Burstow either didn't realise the ball was there, or he reacted too quickly, and that's got to be disappointing for Burstow so far. He's only 20 for Burstow so far. He's only in his early 20s, so he's got a long time to prove himself. It's Toll. Toll now to Farino. Back towards Toll. Toll down the wing to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu now passing to Cozy Ojibori. Back towards Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu. Toll, I should say. Farino. Farino. Johnston. Johnston towards Erhan. But given away to Bradford and Sarcevic. Given back to Bolton with Toll. Farino towards Toll. Toll edging closer to the near side, but it's back with Farino. Farino to Erhan. Now up the wing on the far side towards Johnston. Johnston crossing to Burstow. But defended by Bradford. Now it's back with Sheehan. The ball's still on the other side of the halfway line. Given away though to Bolton and Bradford, I should say, and Tilt. But it's back with Bolton. Osei Tutu to Sheehan. Sheehan, Erhan towards Johnston. Johnston passes to Sissoko on the far side. It's back with Erhan. Sissoko to Johnston. Given away though to Bradford and Lapsley. Sissoko tried to regain but was cut away by Nerfil. Well over 25 and a half minutes played. Still Bolton 0, Bradford 0. And I have a feeling that if this game keeps going on the way it does, it could go to penalties in the second leg next week. So on the ball now. So on the ball back with Bradford. Given away though to Sheehan. Sheehan passes to Bonham. Bonham towards Toll. Nice with Cozy Ojibori. Cozy Ojibori towards Sheehan. Now back with Cozy Ojibori. Cozy Ojibori with Farino. Now the ball being crossed forwards towards Burstow. Cozy Ojibori. Cozy Ojibori brought down unnecessarily by Toure. And Cozy Ojibori looked like he didn't know what hit him. Indirect free kick to Bolton, and Toure probably And Toure probably only got a verbal warning. So he's got to watch himself throughout the rest of this match. As the Bolton and Bradford gather around the edge of the penalty area as the Trotters are about to take the free kick courtesy of Ruben Rodriguez to take the free kick. And the ball now being crossed forwards towards Burstow, but the ball goes the other side of the post, back towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez up the wing to Erhon. Sissoko crossing towards Burstow, but caught at the last moment by Sam Walker. Walker rolls the ball away to Lapsley. It's now with Power to Nerfield, but over the line on the far side, and that will be a throw-in to Bolton Wanderers. That was a good attempt at a free kick by Rodriguez. Burstow was believed to be the closest man to the goal, but well defended by Bradford. So about to take the throw was Baldwin. Baldwin towards Jackson, but kept out by Bolton. That was an effort by Farino. And Bradford, I should say, take the free kick. Are about to take the throw in. It will be Josh Nerfield that will take the throw. He throws a bit of a short throw to Power. He passes back to Nerfield. Kept out of goal by Farino. Good defending by the 26-year-old, the former Colchester United youth. As Nerfield makes another throw for Bradford, but it's cleared away by Ethan Erhon, the man who was formerly of Lincoln City. And now it's another throw in to Bradford. Lapsley, but given away to Farino. Farino loses it to Bradford. And on the ball is Lapsley. Lapsley crossing down to Anthony Sarcevic, close to the near side. And a momentary grimace by Sarcevic, who knows how close he was to setting up a chance. But he was quickly able to shrug it off. There is still time, although there's only 15 minutes left until half-time. Still 0-0 between Bolton and Bradford. On the ball now is Osei 2-2. But the offside flag has gone up, and it's against Bradford City. The player believed to be offside the player believed to be offside was Curtis Tilt. Graham Alexander is furious, protesting the offside, but offside is offside, and play resumes. Johnston to Sissoko. Sissoko. Now it's with Erhon. Erhon cleared away out of goal by Power. Now it's back with Sheehan. Sissoko. Now on the ball is Jackson for Bradford City. Does well to hold off Rodriguez until the last moment. Rodriguez forces him down on the far side, and the ball goes over the line. Jackson slipped according to what I'm seeing on my monitor, and he was just caught by Rodriguez. That foul wasn't intentional in my view. As what happened with another player earlier, Jackson was just caught completely unawares. So the free kick for Bradford, that was Metcalf. And down on the ground has gone a Bolton player. That might have been Josh Sheehan. Now on the ball is Toll. It's Toll to Sheehan. Sheehan, Farino, Johnston. Johnston passing back down to Farino. And so it's Farino. Farino to Toll. Toll to Cozy Ojebury on the near side. Now back with Toll. Toll up the wing to Chris Farino. Now on the far side is Johnston, although he has to watch out for his namesake, Lapsley. Sissoko back towards Johnston, but brought down by Josh Nerfill. Clearly protesting his innocence, but referee Martin Coy is unmoved, and it's a yellow card for Josh Nerfill. To me, that did look worthy of a yellow card, clearly impeding Johnston and Nerfill. And Nerfill can protest all he likes, but a yellow card will stick. Free kick to Bolton to be taken by Erhahon. So the ball into the penalty area, but cleared away by Lapsley. Over the line it goes. Throw in by Sissoko, and down goes Josh Sheehan. We'll just have to take another look at who brought Sheehan down. But it might. But I'm beginning to sense that it might be Jackson. The referee Martin Coy telling him to just calm down a bit. Rein yourself in, lad. Otherwise it will be a booking. And it was Jackson on Rodriguez, that went down. And Rodriguez may well have retaliated. Free kick by Bolton once again. The ball goes into Cozy Ojebury, but it's cleared away by Nerfill. And it's over the line, and it will be over the line for another throw. And this time it will be Johnston to throw for Bolton. Ball now goes towards Erhahon, Johnston, Sissoko under pressure from Nerfill. Sissoko does well to hold on, but the ball is forced over the line, and that could be a corner with 10 minutes to go. It's still 0-0 between Bradford and Bolton. A quick discussion of words between Sissoko and Rodriguez, and it'll be Rodriguez to take the corner for Bolton Wanderers. And everyone trying to get into position inside the penalty area. A bit of squabbling over the best position. Rodriguez checks to make sure that the ball is in the correct position. Doing a bit of guidance from the assistant referee, it seems. No matter. He kicks the ball into the penalty area, but headed out by Aidan Baldwin. Goes over the line, throw in by Ruben Rodriguez. And it goes as far as Jack Bodham, who is out of his goal. Now back with Bradford, it's George Lapsley. Lapsley to Power. The ball now being crossed forward by Power, and it's with Jackson. Although Jackson brought down by Josh Sheehan. No foul given and no stoppage of play, which is very surprising in my opinion. Rodriguez to Cozy Ojebury. Cozy Ojebury passing to Erhahon. Up the wing it goes to George Johnston on the far side. He's over the halfway line. Passes rapidly to Ibrahim Sissoko. Sissoko tackled by Nerfill. Nerfill crossing the ball over the line towards Caden Jackson, but given away to Owen Toll. Toll to Erhon. Erhon up the wing to Johnston. Now back, but he has to pass back to Farino. That was actually Sheehan, I beg your pardon. Toll to Cozy to Erhon. Johnston to Owen Toll. Owen Toll down the wing to Osei Tutu, and it's Osei Tutu, but tackled by number 3, Ibu Toure. Throw into Bolton in any case. Cozy Oduburi to Farino. Farino is on the left side of the halfway line. Johnston to Burstow. Back over the halfway line it goes to Farino. Farino. Toll passing to Sheehan. It's back with Toll after Farino. Toll. Quick pass to Sheehan. Nice with Johnston. Johnston. Burstow. Was aiming for Sissoko, but kept away by Baldwin. Now to take the throw for Bradford. Bolton, I should say, was Johnston. Farino to Toll. But taking the ball for Bolton was Osei Tutu. Toll. Farino. Nice with Johnston. Johnston to Burstow. Back with Johnston. Johnston. Farino. Farino down the wing to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu to Cozy Oduburi. Cozy Oduburi now with Mason Burstow. On the ball now is Osei Tutu, I should say. Osei Tutu, but it goes over the line for a Bradford City throw. Graham Alexander. He looks angry, in my opinion. A couple of things going against him. But Stephen Schumacher was very composed at the start of the game, being a bit more animated. And to take the throw for the Bantams is Ibu Toure. Toure deflected by Bolton. Now it's with Chris Farino. Farino given away to Latsley, but retaken by Bolton and Cozy Oduburi. Cozy Oduburi to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu, Sheehan. Osei Tutu misses. And that will be a throw-in to Bradford City. 40 minutes gone. It's still 0-0 between the two. And this has been, and despite no goals, this has been a thrilling first half. Bolton to take the throw with Osei Tutu. Toll passing to Jack Bonham in goal. Farino to Johnston, who passes back to Farino. It was inside the goal area. It's Toll. Now it's with Osei Tutu on the near side, I should say. Quick pass to Cozy Oduburi. Farino. Up the wing it goes. Up the wing goes the ball to Johnston. Sissoko just manages to keep the ball in, but forced out by Nerfill. Bolton's throw. The ball ends up at the feet of Farino. Farino passing to Bonham. Bolton have had 7 shots. Bradford just 1, neither of which has been on target. And Bolton still on top in terms of possession. 76 compared to Bradford's 24. And on the ball is Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu to Farino. Farino passes to Johnston. Johnston, Sissoko. Sissoko now with Mason Burstow. And it's Burstow to Farino. Toll. The ball is on the other side. The ball is on the left-hand side of the halfway line. The ball goes over the halfway line to Erhon. Sissoko through the feet of Nerfield, ends up with Sissoko, but Joe Wright was able to intercept for Bradford. It goes over the line. Bolton with the throw. The ball ends up at the feet of Toll. Rodriguez to Farino. Now back with Toll. Toll crosses down the line, down the wing I should say, to Osei 2-2. Osei 2-2 was looking for Cozy Odebury, but Bradford were able to intercept. The ball is now back with Bolton and Farino. Farino to Johnston. Johnston passing to Sissoko on the far side. Now the ball is with Ethan Erhon. Erhon trying to hold off Jensen Metcalf. He passes to Johnston. Now it's back with Sissoko. Sissoko to Toll going for a really long shot. That looked too ambitious from the Bolton captain. And as a result, it's still 0-0 between Bolton and Bradford as we are almost 90 seconds away from 45 minutes. I have a feeling that at least 1 or 2 minutes will be added on. So to take the free kick is goal kick I should say, is Sam Walker. And Walker gives the ball away to Bolton. It was almost caught by Burstow, but it's gone back to Bradford, although play has been stopped. Free kick to Bradford City, and Ethan Erhon must have got tangled up with somebody. That might well have been Jensen Metcalf. And I beg your pardon, yes, it is a free kick to Bradford, indirect by the looks of it, just the other side of the halfway line inside the circle, and it's Power with the cross, but Sarcevic miss. Sarcevic unfortunately was just unfortunately a couple of metres too far away. And now with 30 seconds to go until 45 minutes, it's still Bradford 0. It's Bolton 0, Bradford 0. Power crossing to Nerfield. Farino tries to get the ball off him and does successfully. And Nerfield clearly livid. That's Farino got in the way. So we're now into the 45th minute. 1 minute of added on time has been flashed by the fourth official. Throw in to Bolton. Bradford could yet score within the next 35 seconds if they get a move on. And Graham Alexander shouting words of encouragement from the touchline. By all standards, this has mostly been Bolton's half. Bradford have had one chance at goal, remember, but could Sarcevic turn it around with 10 seconds to go? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like he will. And after that foul, and after a foul by Lapsley, it looks as though it will be goalless going into half-time. And there's the confirmation. It's half-time at the Toughsheet Community Stadium, and both sides leave for the dressing room goalless. Well, what a thrilling first half it has been, despite no goals. Could we see more in the second half? We shall see. So now before we go for a break, let's take a look at the results from the EFL playoffs. Starting with the Championship on the Friday, it was Hull City 0, Millwall 0. So the second leg in that one will be all to play for, and it was a similar result. There was a similar result earlier on between Middlesbrough against Southampton. They were also 0-0. Earlier today, Stevenage were up against Stockport County in the first of the League One playoffs, and it was Stockport who had the edge, winning 1-0 after a goal by just check his name. After a goal by Ben Osborne right at the last minute. And later on this weekend, the League Two playoffs will be underway. Grimsby Town will host Salford City in the first match, and in the second one a bit later on, it's Chesterfield against Notts County. So, we're going to go for a quick break, but we'll be right back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to coverage of the League One playoff final first leg match between Bolton Wanderers and Bradford City. We're just about to get ready to start for the second half. It'll be Bolton to kick us off. They'll be going from right to left and Bradford left to right, and the referee making sure that everyone is in position. No half-time substitutions that I can make out as of yet. And the referee blows his whistle and we are underway for the second half between Bolton and Bradford. And Bolton cross the ball down the wing straight away to George Johnston, but it will be a Bradford City throw. And the man to take the throw is Aidan Baldwin. Ball being headed by Johnston towards Sissoko, but kept out. And the ball did go over the line, so it will be a Bolton throw. The ball being thrown now to Chris Farino. Farino to Toll. The ball goes over the line to Osei Tutu. To Cozy Ojibori, now back down towards Johnston. Johnston on the near side. He's having to hold off Lapsley. He passes to Sissoko. The ball goes back over the line to Farino. Farino to Toll. Now the it goes to Osei Tutu. Cozy Ojibori. Sheehan. Back over the line to Farino. It's Farino to Johnston. Sissoko now having to go around Bolton. He passes to Sheehan crossing over the line to Cozy Ojibori having to hold off Toure, and it's Cozy Ojibori towards Mason Burstow, but the ball's headed clear by Joe Wright, and amazingly, we are still in play. Sheehan receives the ball off Burstow. It's Burstow once again. Does really well to hold off Curtis Tilt. He passes to Cozy Ojibori. To Farino. Almost taken by Lapsley for Bradford and given away this time to Jensen Metcalf. It's now with Lapsley. Lapsley passes to Caden Jackson. Caden Jackson inside the penalty area, and George Johnston, massive slide tackle, and Johnston did really well to just slam the door in Jackson's face. And it was the initial delivery, but would Jackson have been deemed offside? I don't think he would have been, but that was a superb deflection from Johnston, probably the best I've seen. And it has given Bradford City a corner. And just remains to be seen who will take the corner. But we've had a absolutely stunning 3 minutes at the Toughsheet Community Stadium. And it looks to me as though it will be Curtis Tilt that will take the corner, and everyone guessing into the correct position. I think the referee and Curtis Tilt having a bit of a chat with each other. Although there could be substitutions about to come on, as the fourth official goes away to the Bolton stands. Although for whatever reason something has happened, and the referee now although I see what's going on, the referee's having to change radios by the looks of it, because either the initial transmitter was broken or because it had run out of battery or something. and this is rather unusual for a play to be stopped like that. I've never seen anything like it before. Because normally referee radios and things like that are very reliable. But to change one right when we're in the throng of a football match, I just can't quite believe it. And David Rock, the fourth official, looks like he's going to be coming on in place. Looks like he might be going on in place of Martin Coy, and it looks I'm starting to think that the referee could be. I'm starting to think that the referee could be replaced here. Although I'm as much in the dark about this as you are. They're still having to change transmitters, and this could well be the action that puts the dampener on proceedings. Stephen Schumacher having a quick word with Chris Farino, and the officials are still trying to get their transmitters into place. Now I've seen lengthy stoppages of play because of injuries to us players and other people before, but just to change transmitters for match referees, as I mentioned, completely unheard of, and not something you would expect to see. Now I'd have thought that the match officials would have likely checked their radios between the half-time break and the start of the second half, and the players are still surprised. And the players, I should say, are quite confused as to what's going on. But either Martin Coy or David Rock trying to still trying to sort the situation out. Stephen Schumacher looks impatient, as too does Graham Alexander. In the meantime, the players are still managing to keep themselves mobile by doing some warm-ups, and in fact the referee has changed transmitters and will is making his way back onto the field of play. Just check to see if people can hear him, and a bit of a lively chat, I should say, going on between the two. So it'll be Curtis Tilt to take the corner for Bradford City, and that's a really low shot into the penalty area. It goes towards Nerfield, kept away though by Johnston. Back with Nerfield, and but it's been given away to Sheehan for Bolton, although Bradford retake it back through Sarcevic, and just over the crossbar. That was really, really close, and that was very much a heart in mouth moment for Bradford City fans. Sarcevic just could not get it in. So Johnston to Erhon to Chris Farino, and it's Farino with the cross towards Osei Tutu. It's Osei Tutu to Cozy Odebury to Farino. It's Farino just outside the goal area. He passes down the wing on the far side to George Johnston. So it's Johnston to Erhon. Now back with Rodriguez. Rodriguez given away to Metcalf. And it's a cross by Metcalf to Sarcevic on the other, to Jackson, I should say, on the other side of the halfway line. Now it's with Nerfil, but forced away. But the ball has been forced out by Ethan Erhon. And after almost 10 minutes, it's still Bolton 0, Bradford 0. We had a beautiful sunset before the start of the game. Now it's starting to cloud over as night time rolls in. So throw in by Jackson for Bolton. It goes over the halfway line. The referee tries to size up the situation. He has a word with Max Power. Just wants to make sure that he's behaving himself. And it'll be Nerfil to take the throw for Bradford. And he misses Joe Wright. But that was good defending by Bolton. And it will be a throw in to Bradford. It will be Baldwin to take the throw. Given away though to Bolton, and now it's with Mason Burstow. Burstow loses it to Power. Now it's with Curtis Tilt. Tilt just inside the centre circle. Goes over the halfway line to Metcalf. Now it's back on the other side with Jackson, with Baldwin, I should say. Now on the ball this time is George Lapsley. Lapsley, Nerfil trying to go around Johnston, but sent away. But sent away by Nerfil. Just going to have to just taking another look at this, and it was a deflection by Bolton. Throwing given, headed by Nerfil. Nerfil, Sheehan, and it's Nerfil back on the ball for Bradford. Sarcevic goes after it, catches, and now on the ball briefly was Power. Play still goes on, and down on the ground goes Metcalf. But this time there is a stoppage in play. Max Power clearly furious. That play wasn't stopped before. That play wasn't stopped earlier. And I have to say that, I do actually have to agree with him. I do understand why he was upset, but the foul on Metcalf was a bit simpler in my view. So that will be a free kick to Bradford City, and it will be Metcalf that will take, it. And he's also in discussion with Toure. So maybe it will be either. So it's either going to be Metcalf or Toure, and he has left it to Ibu Toure. That will take the free kick. The Bolton players trying to get themselves in position inside the goal area, and it's Toure with the free kick, saved by Jack Bonham. So it's still 0-0 between the two, but things could well change. So it'll be Josh Sheehan. No, it won't be. It will be Kozio DeBurry that will take the throw for Bolton. Ball thrown to Owen Toll. Toll to Farino. Johnston sends the ball over the halfway line. He passes to Erhon. Farino to Toll. Now it's with Osei 2-2. And Osei 2-2. Back passes to Farino. Now it's with Johnston again. Johnston to Sissoko. And Sissoko crossing forwards to Rodriguez. Rodriguez just misses. Now it's with Osei 2-2. Osei 2-2. Or should that be? And it's actually Kozio DeBurry. Kozio DeBurry with a superb finish. And that puts Bolton Wanderers in front. A goal was coming, but But we didn't know who was going to score at first, and it ends up with Bolton Wanderers. I apologise for initially not getting the player, but Mario Cozier-Dubury with a massive finish. Sissoko did really well to deliver. Rodriguez almost had it, but a wonderful left footer into the near side of the net, just about halfway, and Bolton Wanderers lead by a goal to nil. And as for Mario Cozier-Dubury, that is his 10th of the season, and that was a little after the hour mark. Stephen Schumacher showing his appreciation, and the game restarts with Bradford, and it's Max Power passing to Josh Nerfield to Sam Walker. Headed into the air by Cozier-Dubury. Cozier-Dubury passing to George Johnston, and so it's Johnston to I couldn't see who, and over the line it'll go. And that's a Bolton throw to be taken by Johnston. A couple of the Bolton substitutes warming themselves up, could well be coming on, one of which is Sam Dalby. And Johnston throws. Clipped away though by Aidan Baldwin. Now on the ball is Curtis Tilt, but given away to Bolton. It's Cozier-Dubury. Can he make it two? Just bounces off the side of the net. Very disappointed, and he's just gutted that he couldn't take it. And despite almost slipping up, he was able to hold on to the ball, but he may well have been collected by Power. That was just after he kicked, and that could so easily have been his second, and the second for the Trotters. Curtis Tilt walking across the pitch. Stephen Schumacher in complete disbelief. And Bolton have to dust themselves down and get back up to full attacking speed. Bradford also need to go through the gears rapidly as well if they are to get themselves back into contention. The first goal in a playoff match, very important, as this will determine who takes the advantage going into the second leg. Right, given away to Rodriguez. Rodriguez now towards Sissoko. Back to Rodriguez. Now it's with Sheehan. Sheehan crossing on the far side to Cozier-Dubury. Retaken by Power. Tilt to Touré. And that will be a throw-in to Bradford as a Bolton player might have deflected the ball over the line. But the fans are in full voice, wearing their jackets and scarves and shirts. Or should that be their favourite Bolton shirts? But anyway, they're still cheering on their club nonetheless. The ball now being passed forward to Cozier-Dubury. Cozier-Dubury almost taken by Wright. Or should that be tackled by Wright? But the ball has gone over the line. And we are waiting, and and it will be a throw-in once again, to Bradford as one of the assistant managers is talking to one of the substitutes. That might well have been Tyreek Wright. It's Owen Toll towards Lapsley. Bradford still managed to keep hold of it through Jensen Metcalf. It's Jensen Metcalf on the far side. Has to defend from Osei Tutu. He does. And that was to a Nerfield, but he had to pass back to Metcalf. Or should that be Toure? Toure with the ball for Bradford. Over the line it goes. And that is going to be a corner to Bradford City, as Tyreek Wright presumably gets ready to come on as the substitute, and it will be Max Power that will take the corner for the Bantams. 65.5 minutes gone. Bolton 1, Bradford 0. And Power makes sure that everything is clear and that the ball is in the right place. Takes a few steps back. The referee gets ready. The referee blows his whistle. The ball goes into the penalty area, headed out by Burstow. Given away though to Sissoko, although Bradford retake it through Power. Play on, says the referee. Given away though to Sissoko. It's Sissoko with the ball for Bolton. And now it's back, but given away back to Caden Jackson for Bradford. And now on the ball is Sam Walker for Bradford. And that's given away to Owen Toll for Bolton Wanderers. And the first substitution of the game is about to be made, as off the pitch comes George Lapsley, and Tyreek Wright makes his way on. Bradford may have to start bringing out some of the big guns like Nick Powell and Will Swan. It's Curtis Tilt for Bradford currently. Did well to pass quickly to Walker. Ball has now gone over the line, and it's a Bradford throw. He throws to Cozy Ejibury, but retaken by Bradford. And now straight on the ball is Tyreek Wright. And it's Tyreek Wright passing to Power. Almost tackled by Burstow. Bradford still hold on to the ball. The ball inside the centre circle goes over the halfway line. Out of play. It was headed by Sissoko. Now it's Baldwin. And now it's Baldwin that will take the throw. Just taking a look up at the sky. It is now a sort of purplish colour, which means that it's completely dark. Or should that be dark blue? Ball cleared out of the goal by Jack Bonham. And now after the ball is Curtis Tilt. Tilt passes to Sam Walker. Walker given away to Johnston of Bolton. And now on the ball is Erhon. Erhon given away to that was Tyreek Wright. Tyreek Wright, Power. But now with Toure. Toure, Wright. Having to hold off Osei Tutu. He passes back to Toure. Toure, back with Power. Toure again. Now on the ball was Jackson. Jackson, Metcalf. He has to defend from Rodriguez. Bradford doing really well to keep hold of the ball in the past couple of minutes. Wright was almost tackled by Osei Tutu. In fact, it looked like he was. And so that will be a throw-in to Bradford. It's Power. Power to Toure. Toure, the ball briefly deflected by Burstow. And Bolton are about to make their first substitutes. We'll let you know who it is in a minute, and I can just see that it is number 4, Xavier. No, it's number 4, Xavier Simons, the 23. That is Xavier Simons, the 23-year-old. Was a former youth. Well, he was a former youth at Chelsea, and he also had loan spells at Fleetwood Town and Wycombe Wanderers. So Bradford to take the throw. The ball is thrown to Tyreek Wright, who's brought down by Josh Sheehan. Well under 30 minutes to go now. It's still Bolton 1, Bradford 0. And the ball now being passed to Simons. Simons to Farino. Farino. Still Farino with the ball. Passes down the wing to Johnston. Johnston crossing over the halfway line towards Sissoko, but he couldn't get to the ball in time, and Walker just caught it. But this game is still far from over. It's Cozier Duburi. Cozier Duburi under pressure from Toure. Now it's with Mason Burstow. Burstow given away to Jensen Metcalf. The ball now being passed around to Johnston. Johnston to Simons, and it's still with Simons to Sheehan. Sheehan to Osei Tutu. Osei Tutu to Cozier Duburi. Cozier Duburi. Now it's with Sissoko. Sissoko. Burstow! That was almost sent in. Retaken by Bradford, and Sarcevic. Sarcevic loses it to Farino. Farino to Simons. Retaken by the Bantams. And now after the ball is Caden Jackson, but well held by the Bolton captain Toll. Now on the ball for Bolton is Metcalf. Ball now being passed to Power. Power to Sarcevic. Sarcevic to Tyreek Wright. Now back with Power. Power passing up the wing to Toure. And it's Toure to Wright. Tyreek Wright, I should say. Back with Toure. Headed towards Jackson, but cut away by Bolton. It's back with Bolton under Rodriguez. Ball goes down the wing to Ibrahim Sissoko. Sissoko to Mason Burstow. Now back with Sissoko. Sissoko under pressure from Aidan Baldwin. And that will be from Aidan Baldwin, and that will be a throw-in to Bradford. And a really close one, and a really close attempt at goal by Burstow. It looks as though he was looking back, though he was actually brought down, and it's still 1-0 to Bolton. Corner now to the Trotters as Farino makes his way back inside the goal area, and to take the corner is Rodriguez. Rodriguez nearly caught by Farino, retaken by Metcalf for Bradford, given away back to Rodriguez. Although the referee does actually stop play, and this could be why. It was Metcalfe who was fouled, and then Sheehan would have been brought down by Nerfield, I believe it was, although I can't tell for sure. Ball now headed up into the air by Toure. Toure to Tyreek Wright. Osei 2-2. Just catches the ball, and it will be a throw-in to Bolton. Cleans the ball under his shirt, as is customary for people who do take throw-ins. Ball now thrown to Burstow. Burstow to Rodriguez. Almost taken by Bradford. One have been crossed by Bolton. Almost given away to Nerfield, but it ends up at the feet of Sissoko. Sissoko to Johnston, but cut away by Aidan Baldwin. Ball now thrown to Xavier Simons. Simons to Toll. Now to Cozier Dubury. Or should it be Osei 2-2? Osei 2-2. Farino to Owen Toll. Toll to Cozier Dubury. Burstow. Osei 2-2. Now it's with Josh Sheehan. Josh Sheehan to Rodriguez. Rodriguez brought down! But it doesn't matter! No, in fact it does. I thought the ball had gone in, but it just went off the back, and it hit the back of the net on the other side. And it was Rodriguez who was brought down. Josh Sheehan tried to finish it off, and it just clipped the side of the net and just went round the back. Should there have been a penalty regarding Rodriguez's foul? I'm not sure it would have been. Bolton still in play with the ball though. It's Cozier Dubury, given away though to Ibu Toure. Now it's with Toll. The ball now on the far side with the number 14, Jordi Osei 2-2. Osei 2-2 does a backwards pass to Toll. Another ball being crossed forward to Burstow, but Burstow is offside. Burstow offside, although I didn't see any flags. Had there been, so he would have been offside. The ball was actually caught by Sam Walker at the last moment. And it's Bonham. Bonham tries to forward the ball to Burstow, but with little success. Now on the ball is Simons, under pressure from Sarcevic. The ball still inside the centre circle. It's Farino. Farino to Sheehan. Now Sheehan back towards Toll. Farino. Now on the ball is Xavier Simons. It's Simons to Johnston. Johnston passes to Rodriguez. Retaken by Bradford and Max Power. Now on the ball is Tyreek Jackson. Tyreek Wright, I should say, towards Caden Jackson. Jackson brought down inside the penalty area. No penalty, says the referee. Although Jackson clearly indicating there should have been. I personally have to agree with the referee's decision not to award a penalty. Farino did well to close him down, and Sarcevic just could not take advantage of the rebound. And in fact, two substitutes for Bradford have been made, as off comes Caden Jackson, And I could just and I could see Joe Wright-Big coming off as well. So Jackson makes way for Nick Powell. And as Powell makes his way onto the pitch, we have nearly 10 minutes left of this first leg match between Bolton and Bradford. Bolton will be pleased to take the advantage going into the second leg if the scores stay as they are. Ruben Rodriguez will be coming off for Bolton Wanderers, and we're yet to see who will take his place. We will let you know in a moment or two. And it's been a good game for Ruben Rodriguez. Has helped out the team when needed, and another substitute coming off as well, and that is Burstow. So on come James McAtee. So on come John McAtee. John McAtee and Sam Dalby. And Stephen Schumacher taking a few deep breaths to calm the nerves. It's Sissoko for Bolton, and the ball is being crossed forward towards Dalby. Tyreek Wright to Jensen Metcalf over the halfway line to Owen Toll. Toll to Sheehan. Toll still on the ball. The ball crossed forward to that might have been Dalby. Yes, it was, and Dalby upset about something. He might have been rough handled, but that was an incident which I did not see. Power on the ball for Bolton. Bradford, I should say. Given away though to Amario Cozier-Duberry of Bolton, and it goes almost over the line, but the ball is still in play. Ball now being passed down to Chris Farino. Farino to Johnston. Johnston to Simons. Now back with Farino. Farino passing to Jack Bonham. Bonham crossing the ball forwards to number 45, John McAtee. It's McAtee. Up the wing it goes to Cozier-Duberry. Cozier-Duberry deflected nicely by Power. And now it's with Farino. Farino to Johnston. Johnston, Sissoko. And Sissoko trying to cross into the penalty area, but saved by Sam Walker. It might have been deflected by another Bradford City player. We'll just have to see. It actually came off the head of Metcalf. And it still remains 1-0 with 7 minutes to go. And it's now a corner to Bolton, and that will be taken by the number 4, Xavier Simons. And Simons kicks the ball into the penalty area, and it's picked up by Cozier-Duberry, but it goes over the line. As the clock continues to tick down, we're still. It's actually going to be a goal kick, I should say, to Bradford. Cleared out of goal by Sam Walker. It's back with Bolton and Simons. Retaken though for Bradford by Nick Powell. And it's Powell from Tyreek Wright. And now it's Tyreek Wright this time in possession for Bradford. And the ball was deflected by the Bolton captain Toll. So with almost 5 minutes to go, Bradford have to equalise, and equalise fast if they are to get themselves back into this game, and they must score if they are to take the advantage going into the second leg. But cleared away out of goal by Toll, and the ball now goes on towards Josh Nerfill. So it's Nerfill for Bradford towards Sarcevic, but the ball is kept out of the Bolton goal, and the ball now still being crossed in towards Bradford's attacking third, kept out by Xavier Simons, and the ball is now with Metcalf. Metcalf just onto the centre circle for Toure, saved by Bonham, and Bonham rolls the ball out of goal, being passed to Xavier Simons. Simons to Cozy Ejibury. Cozy Ejibury to Ibrahim Sissoko. Ibrahim Sissoko tackled by Power, and that will be a corner to Bolton. We'll just wait and see who will take the free corner, I should say, for Bolton, and it will be Josh Sheehan. That will take the corner. Next time there is a stoppage in play, I will let you know who my player of the match is. As Josh Sheehan raises his hand, and the ball goes into the penalty area, but it ends up at the feet of Xavier Simons. Simons to Johnston. Johnston, unfortunately, caught out and misses his chance to send it in. Good receiver, good catch of the ball by Simons, but Johnston probably tripped up. So now goal kick to Bradford, and with some 2.5 minutes left, it's still Bolton 0, Bradford 0. Bolton 1, I should say, Bradford 0. Tyreek Wright with the ball, but it goes over the touch line. I mean, it goes over the line, so that will be a goal kick to Jack Bonham. Still, and for Stephen Schumacher, he knows that Bolton have just got to hold on for the remainder of this game, plus any injury time that will be added on. The ball is now back with Bradford with Sarcevic, but the ball is being passed around to Sheehan. Shove in the back on John McAtee, and the ball now being passed down the wing on the other side to Sissoko. He's now inside Bolton's attacking third, but tripped up by Aidan Baldwin, and Sissoko protesting, and that is a yellow. Sissoko protesting, and that is a yellow card. He might have faked or simulated, and I do believe it was an act of simulation, but a yellow card for Sissoko, possibly through a result of simulation and for shooting his mouth off at the referee. Never a good sign. 45 seconds, I should say, of normal time left, as Walker clears the ball out of goal. Headed towards Tyreek Wright. It's now inside Bradford's attacking third. It's with Anthony Sarcevic. Sarcevic under pressure from Osei Tutu. Does what to pass to Toure. Toure brought down by Cozier Dubury, and shove in the back, either through hand or elbow. But I can't see anything concrete. Corner. A free kick, I should say, to Bradford. 9 minutes have been added on. That's because 9 minutes have been added on, presumably because of the technical problems with the referee's radios, as the ball is being sent into the goal area, but kept out by Bolton. And those 9 minutes could be a lifeline for Bradford City. Bolton do at least have to hold on or get another goal in. And bit of a scramble, and there was a bit of a scramble inside the goal area from that free kick, but Bolton dealt with this very well. And it's a goal, and it'll be a goal kick to be sent out by Jack Bonham. Bonham gets ready to clear the ball out of the goal, which he does. Headed into the air by Bradford. Although a Bolton player has gone down, that's Xavier Simons. He looks to be all right. So play can continue. And he passes to Farino. Farino to Toll now to Cozier Jabari. Osei Tutu passes to Toll, and that's another cross forward to I'm sure that was Sam Dalby. But it's back with Farino. Farino to Sheehan, ends up at the feet of Sam Walker. McAtee after the ball, but given away to Bradford and Baldwin. Just gonna have a look. Something happened there, and that was Dalby on a Bradford player. Dalby lucky to get away with that. So we're 2 minutes in. So we're 2 minutes into injury time. It's still Bolton 1, Bradford 0. The ball now being played forward through the free kick by Bradford. It's now with Nerfil, although tackled from behind by Sissoko. And in terms of who my player of the match is, Sissoko is a strong contender. Although Max Power is definitely up there, along with Amario Cozier Jabari. So Power throws to Sarcevic. Sarcevic deflected. It goes as far as Tyreek Wright. Osei Tutu brings Tyreek Wright down, but play is still carrying on. Joe Wright given away though to Bolton, and now after the ball is Curtis Tilts. He catches it just before John McAtee. McAtee pushes Tilts in the back, and down he goes, but play still resumes. Ball now being played up the wing to Tyreek Wright. Tyreek Wright just bounces off the side netting. Although he wipes his nose a bit, he may have suspected a nosebleed or something, but I couldn't see anything. And meantime, Bolton get ready to make another substitution. Sissoko comes off the pitch, and he makes way for Max Conway. Max Conway has some 4.5 minutes to contribute to Bolton's 1-goal lead. Ball cleared out of goal. It goes at the feet of number 25, Conway. Conway gives it away to Bradford. It's Power. Power to Toll. Now it's at the feet of Walker. It's been pressed forward though, and it's now with John McAtee. McAtee inside the penalty area. Fouled. No penalty, says the referee. So play on. It's Power to Nick Powell, and now on the far side is Tyreek Wright. He's now inside. Bradford's attacking third. It's Toure back to Tyreek Wright, now back again with Toure, and the ball has gone over the line. And was that worthy of a penalty? No, it wasn't, because Baldwin went down first, and he took McAtee with him. So it was actually McAtee who sent Baldwin down. Corner to Bradford City. The ball goes into the 18-yard box, punched away by Jack Bonham. He may well have saved his side for now, but this is far from over. And the ball goes over the line for a throw-in. And whilst there's a quick line play, I can now safely say that my player of the match, as sponsored by Football Live, is Amario Cozier-Dubarry for that magnificent goal, which puts Bolton in front. Aidan Baldwin to take the throw for Bradford. So Baldwin throws, and it ends up at the feet of Jensen Metcalf. Metcalf with the forward cross. He crosses forward to Tyreek Wright. Tyreek Wright to Toure. Toure throws to Max Power. Max Power passes back to Toure. Now it's back with Power. Power crossing down the wing for Nerfield, but the ball has been kept out of the way by George Johnston. George Johnston has been a key player for Bolton. Has been a key player for Bolton during this match. He was one of my contenders, and Cozier-Dubarry, he has always been sort of there or thereabouts, but deservedly my player of the match because of that goal. It's Conway. Conway gives it away to Baldwin, who passes to Max Power. Back with Baldwin. Almost a minute to go. The ball is about to be picked up by Cozier-Dubarry, but it's over the line. And Bolton still lucky to hold on to that lead, at least for now. And the Cozier-Dubarry goal on the hour mark, absolutely magnificent. One of the best playoff goals I've seen in a long time. And Bradford still, it looks as though Bradford aren't going to make it, even though they have just under 90 seconds to go. So the ball's cleared out of goal by Walker. Walker to Jensen Metcalf. Metcalf now to Nick Powell. Retaken by Bolton. That was Simons, but given away back to Bradford. Walker does well to hold off John McAtee. 1 minute to go, and it's now with Tyreek Wright, but sent over the line, and Tyreek Wright falls onto the ground, crestfallen. He knows he has he knows he has surely cost Bradford the chance to equalise in the last minute. The Bolton fans know that they are going to take the advantage going into the second leg. The final whistle goes, and Bolton Wanderers will be going into the second leg at Valley Parade with the 1-goal advantage on aggregate. For Bradford, despite starting strongly, they just fell away in the second half. They had their chances, but they just couldn't take advantage of them going forward. And so full time at the Toughsheet Community Stadium, it is Bolton Wanderers 1, Bradford City 0. Just a quick reminder of the EFL playoffs that happened earlier. Earlier this week, it was Hull City 0, Millwall 0 in the Championship. Southampton 0. Let me just get that up again. Middlesbrough 0, Southampton 0, and in League One, it finished Stevenage 0, Stockport 1. With that, after that late score by Ben Osborne in the 90th minute. And our game, as we know, Bolton 1, Bradford 0. And need I remind you that coming up later this weekend are the League Two playoff first leg matches, with Grimsby Town and Salford City the first one, and the game following on from that is Chesterfield against Notts County. So plenty to look forward to in the EFL playoffs. We will be bringing you coverage of the second leg between Bradford and Bolton next week, when they take on each other in the second leg at Valley Parade. I've been Nicholas Jones. Thank you for listening to coverage of this amazing match. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as you have. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.